And welcome to the next edition in my Stream Theory playthrough of Costume Quest 2, where I'll be playing the game live while also providing analysis and commentary as I go. So, get right into the groove of game here, continue on where we left off. Actually, almost to a full candy bag once again, so I actually might want to offload some of that excess candy into just some random items from the shop. Before I do that, I think I just want to give this area a once over to look for some more of those hide and seek kids, because that is one of my quests at the moment. And I'm not sure where the rest of them are. I think there might be in some of the other areas that I have access to right now. And but before I leave the area, I just want to make sure I give it a thorough look through, and there isn't someplace, there isn't one more kid that I haven't overlooked somewhere. So I'm just gonna look in every corner here, see if I can find one. Let's see, how many do I need to find? Well, that wizard actually, the wizard costume has very low defense. Interesting, very low. Wizard is low defense. Pretty good attack. Well, I think that's all right. I think decent attack. Let's see, +7 in terms of attack. And prior to this, it was the Thomas Jefferson was the highest attack. It seems like the wizard is high attack, but it is the downside of that is that the wizard, it does an aerial effect, and he damages enemies next to the ones that you target, as well as the one you target. So I think that damage is technically correct, but it's more spread out. I don't think you're doing all that damage to one minion. That'd be kind of crazy. That'd be well worth the negative effect of the low defense. I guess that's the way the balance works. Right now, I'm not really liking the wizard costume. I want to play a little bit more of the wizard to see if I change my mind, but right now, the area effect is not all that powerful, not really that convincing to me. I'd rather just do a ton of damage to one minion and just focus on that one enemy. Let's keep going here. If there's any... Right now, I'm not seeing any other kids. Oh yeah, I was checking to see how many more there were. Okay, 2 out of 6. Now there could be more, further on in the game through that pipe that was too dark. There could be more hiding there, but I think I want to go back and check like the school area. There could be some hide and seek kids over there as well. As well as checking this environment. I like to be thorough. This is just my style of play. Also gives me a chance to explore a little bit further, see if there are any collectibles that I missed. Right now I'm not really seeing anything, but I think what I saw the first run through of the environment, pretty much trust my instincts on that regard and know that I probably did not miss anything. What's over here? No, there's nothing over here. I don't see any kids. There are 4 more. If there are any more around here, I think I would be able to spot at least one right away. Let's see, is there any way to get through here? Like a secret passage, possibly? Nah, looked like there might have been, but it is blocked off anyway. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time here unless I really have to, unless I'm pretty sure there has to be one more here, but I don't think there is. Yeah, let's look over in this area one more time. Down here. If there are any hide and seekers here, I think I'll be able to spot them. I think it's just a matter of getting to the area. They're not particularly well hidden. You don't have to like solve a puzzle in order to find these kids. It's just a matter of if you can see them, if you can get to the area, make sure you explore the environment enough. You should be able to spot them, no problem. highly doubt that they'd be so well hidden. Alright, so looks like I looked every single area so far, so let's head back to the sewers. Might be some more down there, as well as in the school area. Maybe there's one in here somewhere. There is. I don't see anybody that looks like they're hiding. The quest is over here. Let me go buy something first. Alright, we've got some new ones. All minions drain 25% health per turn. So that's pretty decent, but again, it only affects minions. I'd rather have something that's a little bit more versatile and affects all enemies. Next 3 attacks by any hero are automatically amazing. Huh. That can be pretty cool. Yeah, I'll buy everything right now just because I can afford it. Do I want to spend 1,000 on this? I don't think, not necessarily. I think I spent enough for now. Probably investment for later. But let's look at the tree cards again. Where was that card? Alright, so if there's anything... Double candy reward, I think I want to keep that. Reset cooldown is pretty good. Snickets is also pretty good. I don't know. Get to a point where our loadout right now is pretty cool. I think I'd rather have Splorts and have a good chance for amazing for the entire battle rather than just 3 attacks. So I think Splorts is a little bit better than Headless Horseman's, even though you still have to do a little bit of work. You still have to get the timing right. Just the window is a little bit bigger, so it's a little bit easier to do the amazing. So even so, Sports is, I think it's better than Headless Horseman's. If I want to change anything, it would probably be Jelly Breaks. Reset the cooldowns. That's just there as a way to reset these cooldowns quicker. Alright, I don't think I need to change anything right now. Let's just continue on with this quest here. Here's your deliveries. You weren't kidding about those sting operations. Thanks, guys. This is going to make Blob. That is Blob. Blob very happy. Blob? He runs a speakeasy on the east side of the city. He knows more about the underground tunnels. He can tell you how to get into the compound. The password for the east side speakeasy is Mice Crispy Treats. Good luck finding Lucy and Everett. Thanks, Daddy. We won't forget this. Alright, and we leveled up too. So I wonder... Nice, I like this. This is the wizard action in the overworld. So, I think a map should be available now, right? Yeah, there are more stuff. It seems like with each story event, that's what unlocks the items in the shop, in the secret shop. So in order to progress the story, or as you progress the story, in order to progress buying things you can buy, I don't think that made any sense. In order to get more things out of the shop, unlock things from the shop, you need to progress the story. That's the correct way. That's the correct English way of saying that. Alright, so fanny pack, that looks pretty good. For the pterodactyl, this fanny pack holds more eggs to allow bombing all enemies. That's pretty cool. Next 3 defense are automatic block. And stun all enemies for 1 turn. Alright, so I think this one's the best one, and eventually I'll get to a point where I am overloaded on candy, and I'll pick these up later. I don't need to get these right now. So this one for sure. Right now I don't have a pterodactyl costume. Not using one of that, but I think I'm gonna end up going with that arrangement at some point. Pterodactyl's good at weakening enemies. Right now I'm gonna stick with this configuration just to test things out. Alright, so I know that there was one hide-and-seek kid around here somewhere already. Already found that person, so I just want to give one more check at the school area, because there might be one more there hiding somewhere. No, I think I probably would have already found that hide-and-seeker if they were there. I'm just gonna be safe and save, because who knows, I might run into another glitch where I'll get stuck and I'll have to revert to an older save. That would really stink, so being a little bit more proactive about saving is always a good idea. This one is still locked. Maybe there's something interesting in there, but who knows. Alright, so no hide and seek kids just yet. I'm thinking they are further beyond into the sewer area, or in another area beyond here. There are only a few of them in the neighborhood. Let's see. Nope, that's not a hide and seeker. Looked like it might have been, but no. Okay, I don't see anything in here. And I don't see anything in here. So worth a check. There might have been one hiding back here. And if I didn't come back and check, then I might have been looking for that hide and seeker for quite a long time. So I might as well get that done. Gotten that done here. Got here the sewers. Alright, so let's check out this new area here. Probably lead to another environment where the hide and seekers might be. I'm also on the lookout for a duplicate of the cards, right? There's one card duplicate that I'm looking for. Huh, I wonder what that is. Is that also Speakeasy, or is that like a secret to New Repugia, East Side? Were you the one that clawed up the wall? Nope, I'm waiting for whatever did it to come back through. I'll bet it gives good back scratches. I'd look for clues, but I don't have lighting technology. I should hunt it down. Maybe we will. Alright, a new quest. Those crazy claw marks. What do you think did that? Let's investigate. Pull out the glow stick. Nice. Looks like they go to the New Repugia area. So there's another little use for this ability here. Searching for clues. Kind of works like a black light, I suppose. Not just a regular light. It looks like this also leads to another area here. It looks like I need a costume that allows you to go on the rope. Until then, I can't move. Can't go there either. Let's see. Not a whole lot to discuss right now, but I think I'm just going to let the game, or get into the flow of the game, and then I'll discover more topics to discuss as I discover them. Nothing to bring in up front, I don't think. Or I suppose I could bring in some Rice Krispie treats. Alright, here's the other speakeasy. I suppose I could be prepared with a little bit more topics, to fill in some of this dead air, rather than just talking about nothing. Just like narrating my actions. I'd rather not just narrate my actions. I want to do a little bit more, discuss the game a little bit more in depth. But not much is happening right now. Plus, there's a lot of dialogue going on, and I'm going to need to be narrating that stuff as well. So it's not a great opportunity to have a prolonged discussion. Alright, I don't see any hide and seekers here. Alright, let's just talk to some of these folks. Thought it'd be great to work with candy all day, but I don't get to eat any of it. What's the point? We toil in the mines all day, so those high-rise monsters can line their pockets. I don't know what I can do about it, so I just eat candy to forget. Nothing like a bracing handful of candy after a day in the mines. And what does this guy say? Human children, have you come to taste Blob's candy? Not exactly. Sadie told us that you knew how to get into the Dr. White's compound. Of course Blob knows. But why would Blob tell human children his secrets? Because Blob is nice? Ha! Blob has been called many things. Fat, dumpy, smelly, ugly. But nice is a new word to describe Blob. Blob will tell you what. If you human children do some deliveries for Blob in the east side of the city, then Blob will hook you up with a secret. What do you say? I guess that's fair. Well, I must keep the candy flowing to his customers. Alright, so looks like we're getting the general ebb and flow of the game here. The rhythm is you do a bunch of trick-or-treating related quests. Then you experience some story, talk to some new characters in a new area. Then you do more trick-or-treating related quests, as well as any individual side quests along the way as you meet more characters. So that seems to be the general way the game works. It's not that bad. It seems very straightforward, but it is just a sort of how do you describe it? A mechanism, a general rhythm, plotting device to carry forward the progress through the world and through the story. And that's not terrible. I mean, just because it's simple does not mean it's not effective, right? So it's not automatically bad that it's simple. All that would being bad would come down to the quality of the story and the quality of the all the other types of things you do, the combat, the puzzle solving, quests. Right now, so far, it's feeling alright, acceptable. Alright, looks like there's a hide-and-seek kid over there. So I was right that they would be in a new area. Can't quite get there yet. Maybe I need the... talk to this guy. Perhaps the Thomas Jefferson costume would help us get through. And one little note there, a small observation. I like how it's not just about humans versus the Repugians. There are Repugians who are sympathetic with the humans here, and they also believe in Halloween, and they're running their own speakeasies too. And humans and Repugians can form an alliance. They're not all bad, so I like that little touch. Great recognition that diversity is key to success in rebelling against Halloween. It's not just a human thing, not just a one species deal. You can bring in other species too, Repugians even. So let's get back to... Hey, more claw marks. What about that glow stick? Alright, so that's right. I am also doing that quest too. Aha, yep. So it looks like when we find a claw mark area, that's when we do this. Do I want to do this quest first, or do I want to try this one here? Let's talk to this guy. Hey, how do you small humans get in here? You don't even have a hard hat. Bob gave us special clearance. He did? Well, that's a relief. Because we had strict instructions not to let any humans sniff around here. Because of those human artifacts that we found in the mines. What human artifacts? Sorry, small human. I'm sworn to secrecy. There's nothing you could possibly say to me that would make me spill the beans about those artifacts. Okay, but I do have the power of Thomas Jefferson at my will, so let's do a little bit of diplomacy to make this work. Those artifacts sound valuable. You must be proud to be the one who dug them up. Me? Yeah, I am a good digger. Did you dig up any other cool stuff? I did dig up a piece of paper with those artifacts, but I couldn't read it. Thought it was plans at first, but it was garbage. That's why it's in the trash pile behind me. That's just it. Nothing useful. Just those artifacts and that piece of paper in the trash pile. Alright, so made it through. You are good at keeping secrets. Thanks for the compliment, human child. This makes me feel good inside. That's a nice little puzzle solved there. Not all that complicated, but I think it rests on the strength of the dialogue there, the writing. It works quite well. The fact that you can make sure swapping costumes, remembering, being on your toes as far as what abilities you have. But, if you are on your toes, it's not that difficult to figure it out. So, this one is the one to remove the papers. And looks like there's nothing in this one. How about this one? Alright. Got the Pharaoh costume pattern. Pharaoh, huh? Look at this. We should figure out where those artifacts are hiding. Alright, so new area means a new costume to find. Like that. You can come to expect, I think after going through a few areas now of the game, a few of these levels, I'm pretty sure that every single new area has at least one new costume to discover. And I'm not sure how optional they are, or maybe they are mandatory in order to find them. It seems to me that a lot of these costumes have important abilities related to them. So eventually you do need to solve these puzzles. These aren't just optional things. Alright, so there's a kid here. That's 3 out of 6. I don't even know what a hippie is. A hippie costume. It doesn't even know what hippie is. Okay. It looks like this is a delivery area. And do I want the pterodactyl, a magician, and the superhero? How about let's try a different configuration. We want to stick to the most powerful ones right now. So these are these are level 2 right now, right? And Jefferson is also pretty powerful. Wizard I'm not that impressed with. I don't really like the whole area of effect thing. It's kind of more chip damage than anything, so I think I'm gonna go with the superhero, and then this guy can be Thomas Jefferson, and then this one can be the pterodactyl. So 2 level 2 costumes, and see if this one's gonna be a battle or not. I don't recognize you, but here is the candy anyway. Almost thought that was a battle for a second, but I can't be speciesist, I suppose. Remember that there are some of those repudians that are on our side, so I can't just be on alert just because I see a repudian anymore. Important lesson in not being prejudiced, learning to embrace other species, other sentient beings. Brush, I like that little poster detail there. So let's work around the area and work our way out from there. That's the best way to comb the environment. So let's knock on this door. Continue our main quest. Alright, Dental Guard, you're under arrest. This is one of the evil ones. You can tell because he's wearing a red visor. Alright, so this level 2 pterodactyl has an extra little thing on the collar. Interesting. Alright, so let's see if I can manage to remember the attacks. Maybe I want to focus on this guy. Get the timings back right. Nope. Gotta get back in the groove on that front. No, still I think a little too early to... No, I did destroy him though. That's good. So, what I'm learning is that very simple combat. I like combat like this in that it is simple, easy to understand, to get your head around all the mechanics, but then it is difficult to master. Being able to master that timing. Try to get the amazing every time. Those are difficult if you switch costumes as much as I do. Maybe I need to focus more on the costumes, focus more on one set of costumes, that way I get the timing down every single time. I did pretty well there, despite only getting one amazing. Alright, so that was sting operation. Oh, that's gonna be a battle, right? No problem. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I've seen everything there is to see as far as the combat, at least the majority of it, right? I'm past, as I say, the discovery phase, the tutorializing segment of the game. This camera seems to be going on tilt. Trying to fix that. So, like, this is usually the point where I start to get a little bit bored or tired of the combat. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna hope that there is more to it later on. Right now, the only thing that's keeping me interested is trying to be more consistent about getting the amazings, getting the full strength attacks. because I haven't mastered it. It's like, so once, the moment that in this way, I'm kind of saying that, almost saying that I'm kind of glad that I haven't mastered the combat, because then I would be super over it, right? I will be, there'll be nothing left for me to work towards as far as mastering the game, so kind of glad that I haven't totally mastered it yet. Still not getting the amazings. There we go. That's nice. On one point, I'm thinking that maybe it's a little too difficult to get the amazings, but I think making it as hard to do as it is totally fine by me. I think. There we go. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you paying attention to the timing at all times. You can't just like fall into a groove and then get bored by the combat. You're always making the game is keeping by making the full strength attack, the amazing, a very short window in terms of timing. I think that's totally fine by me. I think it doesn't need to be so easy. Besides, as long as you get within a certain window, you still get the nice, which is the majority of the damage. You only get a boost of damage with the Let's try to find a fountain around here. Oh, there's one. That's good. So, because I can just go back to the fountain. I don't really need, as I say, a healer. Most of the time, they're only for big battles. Well, I need a healer for sure. All right, pinata over here, eyeball pinata. Get a ton of candy. There we go. All right. So I'm also looking for. All right, how about that? The claw marks, right? One over here. Switch back to the wizard costume, and let's look at that quest. So some final remarks on the combat, the difficulty of the combat. First, I didn't like how difficult it was to try and get that amazing every time. That the window was like, oh, it's just too small. I almost like I can't expect it to be. All right, almost like I can't be expected heading down this alley, but. How do I get there? Through here? Sorry, small fry. Can't talk unless Foreman Doug says so. Doug sent us. Let us through. He did. Still, I can't let you through here. I'll get in trouble. Why is that? Guarding an ancient artifact that Doug dug up. I'm not supposed to talk to any humans, so scram. Alright, so... I think I know how to get through there, but... how come I can't... Heading down this alley. Okay, I can't go down the alley though. So, alright, I was talking about the combat. In the end, I'm kind of glad that the window is pretty small, because then I'm still constantly trying to improve myself. I think by the end of the game, I might be more consistent about getting the amazings, but maybe not. It'll be okay if I don't totally master it, because then it'll always keeps the combat exciting when I can pull off the amazing. It keeps me on my toes, and it keeps me interested in the combat. So if it was too easy, then yeah, it would be bad, I think. So I'm glad that they made a little bit of challenge there. Can you tell me what my toes look like? All right, so let's go with Jefferson here. See if I can make him move. We have no interest in whatever you're guarding. You don't? We're to look at an apartment. If you don't move, we'll be late. Oh, sorry. I thought you were after the ancient stuff. Don't let me hold you up. I don't know why humans would want to live in the monster part of town. There are no human amenities, but to each his own, I guess. My feet hurt from all this guarding. Alright, so maybe I can get to it from here? heading down the alley, but how do I get, like, behind to that area? Maybe it is through here. Alright, looks like this is black scarf, costume material. I need the clown costume to get these birds to move. I'm not going to stick with it. I'm going to immediately switch back to something a little bit better. Back to superhero, good old reliable superhero. Okay, heads back down there. Interesting. How come I can't go through here? Oh, look, more claw marks. Okay. Let me see. We should go see if Corvus has any new combat. Oh, so there is more to the combat apparently. So I can go back and talk to Corvus and prove my combat skills. So, figure out. Let's see. Need to find a mysterious source of the claw marks. Looks like the creature surfaced to the east side of the monster city. Alright, so... Aha. So I guess they head back here. And then through here. Darn it, hop the security wall. So I need to find where it comes back over the security wall, I think. So if I go talk to Corvus now, then I'll have new combat abilities. I don't want to do that. Oh no! Ran into another enemy. I think I want to do that. Always a good idea to talk to Corvus because the ability to do the second combo, my attacks, automatically lets me deal more damage. So always a good idea. Do that. Alright, so how about I just try super out. I don't think I quite need the super here for this one. I thought I got it this time, but nope. Yeah, see, it is the window is very, very short. I think you get it, but usually you're a little too early or too late. All right. My read of the wizard there is that he doesn't do a whole lot of damage to any one enemy. He has a high damage output, but that is over a wider area. It would be broken if he did all that damage to one enemy plus additional enemies. So I think that's the balance there. I think I'm gonna need the wizard costume to get through this pipe, or maybe not. Okay, so I can actually, where is it? Switch back to something else if I want to. To the academy. Corvus is over this way. So, sounds good to me in terms of automatically increasing my combat abilities. And also, I'll always take a chance to increase the complexity of the combat. So I'm talking more about the combat. I'm glad that in stages throughout the game, combat is getting slightly more and more complex, adding a little bit more here and there. It keeps us interested, and I think that was my main problem. Solving a main problem that I had with the original Costume Quest was that the combat was started out simple and then pretty much stayed simple throughout the game. Didn't really get any more complicated. Here, it's just they directly address that problem. They're adding a little bit more intricacies to the combat, but are also making it more and more complicated and requiring more skill as the game progresses forward, which is a great thing. It's not just it's not only more complicated, but they're not front-loading that that intricacy right away. They're staggering it through, so you stay interested. You experience new things throughout the game, new ways to do the combat. All right, so you're back, and you look like you are ready for a new technique. No? Step into my office. With that in mind, almost like I'm like about 5 hours in according to the progress tracker, and already I feel like I'm enjoying the Costume Quest 2 way more than the original game, even though I definitely enjoyed that as well. If only based solely on the strength of the writing and the charming quality of the adventure itself. Not necessarily because of the combat, because that combat did it got old after a while, tiresome, just a little too simple. So you are already lethal on offense, but your defense has room to grow. Okay, so now we're gonna get a buff to our defense, a little bit more to do on the defensive side. So you already know how to do timed blocks, but there is a riskier move that pays bigger dividends. Press Y and hold it to charge. You can release it at the moment of the attack to do a counter. A counter reduces your damage taken more than a regular block. Also returns some damage to the enemy. Why wouldn't you do it every time, you ask? Well, it takes a while to charge, so your pals will be vulnerable while you do it. Okay. Also, if the enemy doesn't attack you while you're charging, that means someone else just took one for the team. Why would you do it then, you ask? If you're fighting weaker enemies, it might be worth the risk to end the fight faster. Oh, I see. It can also be very useful to stay in the fight if you are just one hit away from defeat. Anyway, enough talk. More action. Start charging Y now and then release it when I attack. Alright. Counter. Nice. You feel that? You barely took any damage and you bounced them back to me. Let's do it again. Nice. That's it. You know I have to see it three times though. Once more. Okay. Naturally. Sweet. Nailed it. Probably my best student. I don't like to pick favorites. Anyway, you now have defensive counters in your toolbox. Use them wisely. Alright, so I don't quite understand how it works. Seems like it needs to charge. You can't just use it willy-nilly. Just seems like a way to finish a fight faster. See if one of the cards. I don't know if but I haven't been keeping track of the cards here. So back to me. Nope. Still okay. I still haven't found the card. So seems like the counter is not a thing I can just do, but it's something I should keep in mind. In battle to see if that'll help me out a bit. Alright. See, I don't necessarily like the wizard. Not a big fan. I'll stick with Jefferson. Okay, so since we're here, alright, here's a house. We're working our way from there. Alright, battle. From the sewers outward, and this is the next stop. So, I don't know if we want to test the counters here to figure out an appropriate time as well as consequences for doing it wrong. Alright, so I want to start with the big guy here. Deliver a super right away. Nice. Yeah, full attack. Oh, that's way too early. Man, I'm off my game here. There we go. I'm doing a regular block right now. Maybe once I whittle it down to one enemy, I will try the counter. So, and one idea I had about trying to get the amazing nailed down, being more consistent about it. I think I would like it a little bit more if the window was the same, so it was still as difficult to do, but if there was like a sound cue alongside of it. I think having as many cues to perfect their timing, or to cue you into when to do the attack, when to do the timing, is better. The more cues, the better. So, alright. So I tried to do the counter there, but I got it wrong. Alright, so all I'm saying was with the timing on this is I think I would be a lot more consistent if there was an additional cue to it besides the circle closing in on the smaller circle, and that's when you press the button when they meet. Or you can also pay attention to your character and when they make contact with the enemy. I think if there was maybe a sound cue, like a wind up, for instance. Hey, Rice Krispies. I think that's what I need. That's the card I need. I'm pretty sure. If there was an additional sound cue, something like that, that would help me a great deal in perfecting the technique. Well, let's head back. I'm pretty sure that's the card I need. Thankfully, because I have these skates, get there very quickly. Alright, so I should be able to get a new card. Alright, no way! You're my savior! I'll give you this Licky Plops card for it. Alright, quest complete. Pretty sure I'm done with this environment, this neighborhood now. Which is great. I like getting things done. Where was this? Licky Plops. Obliterate one minion. I know I said I don't like cards that affect minions only, because then you can be stuck with a minion card when you're in a boss battle. However, the ability to obliterate one minion is, outright is pretty cool. Then again, minions aren't a huge deal. Again, the boss battles are the only ones where I'm having like more of a challenge, I think. So far, regular minion encounters have had a decent challenge, but they haven't really given me a run for my money just yet. It's worth considering, though. Very powerful. Otherwise, just the ability to obliterate one minion. Okay. Continue on. More quests to do. So on a final note there, if there was, say, a Costume Quest 3, I don't know if there will ever be, but there was one thing, I think, a small detail like that to the timing-based system that they have here would greatly improve my experience and ability to be able to get the amazing without making it any less difficult. It's just more information, right? Without removing any challenge. So the wind up is a great way. I'm not sure why exactly it would work. It's probably based on some sort of neuroscience, some sort of additional feedback, like your body and reflexes rely on multiple sources of feedback in order to make decisions and make those actions. So getting feedback like a sound effect that would lead up to the perfect timing moment is perhaps exactly what I need to be more consistent be more consistent as far as getting those amazings done. Alright, so looks like we're gonna need to do another diplomacy here. This is degrading, having to stand in the mud puddle to protect some human artifact. You don't see those rich downtown grubbins guarding artifacts. They just showboat all around all day with their briefcases and their fancy suits. They have more candy than they know what to do with. Where's my candy? They make their candy off the backs of grubbins like me. Well, I am done being exploited. I'm out of here. I don't know what to say to that, but good luck. Alright, so no diplomacy needed. Just let us go. Alright, so oh, we got a battle. In that case, this one's a more powerful enemy, so I think I'm going to activate some cards here. Alright, so you know, the pterodactyl being in the lead, probably a good idea, because if I can ready the super from the pterodactyl, then I always weaken the enemy first. I think I'm just gonna use her to activate some cards. Amazing attacks are always easier. Double candy reward. Let's go ahead and start with double candy reward. Now, I think I want to cash in a good attack here, because Jefferson is pretty awesome in terms of damage. And here I'll use the other card. Let's go with Splort's both cards here. Alright. So I haven't really mastered the whole counter technique to figure that out. Nice! Double amazing. Gotta love that. But then again, I also had the Splorts, so that made it a bit easier. Now let's go ahead with a super. I love this super. This one's my favorite, I think. This puts a smile on my face. The mischievous Jefferson with his declarations. Alright. She also has a super up, but I don't think I need it anymore. Yeah, definitely a lot easier. The wind-ups are slower, so it's easier for me to get the timing right. Ooh, okay. I actually misread where the attack was going. Okay, so I still haven't quite mastered the counter effect. I think the key to mastering it is to pay attention where the enemies are going to attack, which one of your dudes are going to take damage, and then if you can spot that really quickly, then you can do your counter wind up and defend even better. So that's the trick, I think, is that if you misread the attack and you do it on the wrong character, then your character will just take full damage. That's I think what Corvus was trying to tell us. Alright. Flip-flops. So how many more pieces of this costume are left? One. Okay, gotta find just one more. And I have a new costume. Alright, continue on with the quest. Other quests, main quests. Ooh, almost fell into a battle there. It's fine. Let's look around here really quickly. Claw marks. Alright, so we got the wizard costume back. So yeah, I'm definitely now that we have another new ability for the combat system, I'm definitely liking everything that this game has to offer in terms of the actual combat. It's not just resting on the laurels of the classic Double Fine storytelling and great writing. There is actually good RPG combat in addition to that, which is kind of the weakness of Costume Quest, the original. So that, you know, the combat there was serviceable for a little while. It was cute and charming. I like how it was a parody. It felt like a parody of the, you know, classic turn-based RPGs, particularly JRPGs, or any sort of fantasy and sci-fi tropes in RPGs. But after that, it kind of ran out of gas just because it was so simple. It didn't really improve upon that formula afterwards. Costume Quest 2 definitely does that and gradually increases the complexity as we go. Alright, so let's work on this. Okay, over here. Nice looking graphical effects going on here. Definitely an improvement over the first game as well. I think I commented on that before, but like these shiny marks, the way the glow reflects off of the slick surface of the asphalt there. Really nice. Looks like it hopped the fence. Okay. Don't think I can go there just yet. Maybe I have to go around this way. Alright, while I'm making my way over there, there's another area here. I don't think I want the wizard costume though. Let's switch back to... Yeah, I think I like leading with the pterodactyl, so I can use the weakening super up front. Always a good idea. Get that done first. Alright, don't recognize you, but here's the candy anyway. Nice. Okay, anything over here? Still looking for like the hide and seek kids as well. Haven't spotted any more of them. Quite strange. Well, I think the reason for that is just because they're spread out over several different environments. So that's why each area in the game has like maybe one or two. Not that much more. Alright, I don't think there's anything more here. I didn't miss a kid, did I? No. Keep moving this way then. Look, more claw marks. We're on the right track. Okay. I guess any one of these overworld characters, if they're like stomping around, I guess that makes them enemies. All the robots are enemies. Well, something like this guy here, he will want to attack us. Let's see what this guy has to. Oh, okay. Just got off work. I don't know what to do with myself. He looks. I think maybe that was a deliberate red herring, because it looks like he is stomping around like the other enemies that we've seen. But no, he's just nice one, Double Fine, nice one. Things like that throw you off guard. Add just a little bit more enjoyment to the experience, I think. Alright, so do I want to keep following these claw marks then? Oh, wrong costume. Ah, here we go. It's off all the way in this direction, pretty darn far. Head back over the fence once again. It's gonna be tough, okay. In the meantime, there are a few more houses here. There's also this dude to talk to. Mongo not talk to human kids unless Foreman Doug says so. Doug sent us. You talk to Doug? Tell Doug that Mongo is sick of guarding. What are you guarding? Mongo guarding ancient thing from ground. Mongo hungry. We can guard your spot for a while if you want to take a break. Oh sure, Mongo take break. Humans steal ancient thing. Mongo not stupid. Mongo dreaming of candy. Leave Mongo. Alright, so do I just need to do my diplomacy here? Possibly. There's a candygram for Mongo. Huh? Candygram for Mongo. For me, that is a big coincidence. Mongo like candy. You have to pick it up at the mines though. Find my Mongo. Candy totally worth it. Alright. So this should be the last piece of the costume here. Also, pinata. Alright. Tons of candy. Always great. Alright, there might be an enemy guarding that spot, so I think I'm going to make sure I switch over to this costume here, and make sure he's not in the wizard. I think I like Jefferson. Yeah, there we go. I like this configuration for now. Alright. No battle. Thought there might have been a battle, but always good to be prepared. 4,000 XP, nice. We have a new costume. Barrow, nice. Also, I think costume. Well, let's look up the costume here. In here, yeah. Alright, Ancient Magician Ruler with the power of resurrection. Combat gift. Gift of life. Barrow gives a healing touch so powerful that it can bring the dead back to life. Nice. So this one is the one you want to have in your party if one of your friends gets knocked out, I think. Where I got it. Found these pieces as relics to dug up from the candy mines. Okay. An exploration ability, Crook Slide. I think that's the ability I need to move on to the next area. Use the Crook Slide on the rope line there. I'll be able to move on. Like I can do it right here, I think. Here we go. Let's try it out. Now the kind of reality-breaking thing there is that only one of us has the crook line, right? Or only one of us has the crook to use on the line. So how are these other kids? How are these other kids sliding? Are they like grabbing it with their hands? If it's possible to do it that way, then why do we even need the crook line to begin with? The crook to begin with. We really don't, do we? Whatever. It's a video game. Doesn't need to make a whole lot of sense. Maybe it should have came with some extra crooks, or the other kids should maybe just pull out crooks of their own out of nowhere, just to make it look a little bit better. So in terms of combat, I think I want to try out what she has to offer. Try it out against this person here, this monster here. I think I'll do that. Alright. Nice. Looks awesome. Looks really cool, that's for sure. Alright, so let's focus on big dude here. You know, I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think there is like a sound wind up to that, but it's very subtle. I'm not really getting a clear feedback signal from the sound there. I think it was a little bit more clear and obvious, the wind up to that, to the sweet spot timing. Hey, you hear a little like a swoosh as part of it, but not quite what I'm talking about. I think a more clear wind up, like something with its own rhythm, like a. Alright, I have to figure out which one. Tried to do the counter, but it just ended up being a block. Alright. Still haven't mastered the counter just yet. Gift of Life. So if I use this right now, it'll do nothing. Is that right? Still no amazings. Ah, sliver of health there. I still haven't figured out the counter. It's difficult to actually read where the enemies are going. Nice. Alright, so I kind of wish I would get the counter down, the counter attack down right, but right now I am just not getting it. Let's go back to the fountain. Alright, so one comment I had about the costumes is that there are not enough costumes that that reflect the gender or suited for the genders. Like if you're wearing a Thomas Jefferson costume, then you become Thomas Jefferson, a male Thomas Jefferson, regardless of whether you're male or female, or a girl or boy. I think it would be better if there was more definitively a female Thomas Jefferson. Like, oh, even if you're a woman, you can be Thomas Jefferson. You can be a girl Thomas Jefferson. Now, with Thomas Jefferson, because of his character, like, okay, I'll let it slide for Thomas Jefferson, but not necessarily for other costumes like the Wizard. I think there should be. It makes a little bit more sense if a girl was wearing it, she would be allowed to be a witch. Just like when she wears a superhero costume, she's still a girl superhero, because girls can be superheroes. She doesn't have to turn into a male superhero in order to, when she wears a superhero costume, in order to be a superhero. I think that's the important thing, is the message that girls can be anything, right? Now I guess you can say that, oh, girls can be anything, including men, but I think there's some things for that, but I think the other way, where girls can be superheroes that are girl superheroes, reinforces that a little bit more strongly. But actually, with that in mind, let me see if I switched him over to the Pharaoh. Alright, still looks like a Pharaoh. Not much different. I think the superhero costume right now is the only one that changes character models depending on who's wearing it. So, boy will become a male superhero, girl will become a girl superhero. Alright, so let's test out the Pharaoh a little bit more. Oh, there's actually more to the environment here, is there? Not that much, though. Also, starting to get full up on candy. You gotta be aware of that. Right, there are more houses over here, right? There are 2 of them. Yeah, so let's try out more of this Pharaoh costume in combat. Oh, nice. Here's the other delivery. Next one is going to be a combat then. That's the last one. Let's get these deliveries back to Blob. Alright, but just for the sake of leveling up, for the sake of experience, I think I'm going to do this combat battle anyway. Probably going to be full up on candy after this one, but that's fine. It's fine if I miss out on a little bit of candy. I'm deliberately getting myself busted because I don't want to miss out on a combat opportunity. I can get more experience points this way. Yeah, that Pharaoh. I mean, I haven't tested it in combat with the Pharaoh costume on a boy, if the model changes, but I think that one's just a general gender neutral version of the costume, and the superhero is the only one that switches. But I guess that's all right for now. There are more costumes in the game. We'll see if there are any more that actually change. So what am I doing here? Gift of Life. Like, do I want to just try it now to see what it does? Maybe I'll try it when I'm a little bit more damaged. Still have to work on the timings for that. There, amazing. Gotta love that. Okay, that was a buff. Looks like all they did was buff, cause and make spells rather. All right, so let's focus on. Should be able to take this one down. really quickly. Nice, nice. See? I appreciate the mazing more just because it is hard to do. Like, okay, he's doing another buff. But come on, I want to practice my countering. Can't practice my countering if all you're gonna do is buff. I still can't get the amazing consistently for that one. Alright. Alright, so where is final claw mark? It was over here. Back to the wizard. Yeah, ended here. No, not over here. So, let's find where this leads. Maybe I have to drop down to that area from above using the new costume that I have. Interesting puzzle to say the least. Let's see if I can do that. Alright, so I can just drop down whenever I want to. And this just heads back over there, so yeah, I think I lost the trail where it could be. Okay. Yeah, I have no clues as far as where the other claw marks are. Are they? Oh no! Accidentally ran into some more combat. It's fine. Alright, so I think for now I will finish my current quest with the blob guy or do this battle, and then I'll wind down the stream from here. It's about time to end for today. Let's focus on this guy here. Oh yes, got the amazing. Let's declare some independence here. Get rid of one dude. Alright, so he's almost down. Focus on that one. Sweet. Doesn't do a lot of damage in terms of physical damage, but having a having a character to resurrect can be useful, maybe. We'll find out in the long run how well it is. Definitely looks cool for sure. I like that. Okay. Down to one enemy. Still can't master the counter. But I guess it's difficult to do, but when I finally do make it work, I think that's gonna feel really nice to get that done. Just like that Amazing is. I think it's meant to be as like climactic a moment as the Amazing. Just finish him off. Sweet justice. Or I'm full up on candy. Still trying to figure out where the claw marks are. He went back down into the sewers. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Huh. Alright, so we are kind of following him in real time. It's not just following tracks that were left behind in the past. Like, we're actively tracking this guy, this whatever this is. He's gone this way. I think I want to unload some candy here because I'm full up. Just try to buy as much as we can. Alright, so map to new review. Yep, there we go. Buy that, sure. So I have a ton of candy. I'll buy this candy corn upgrade, even though I probably will never use it. It's just a good way to invest my money and make sure I'm not wasting any future candy collected. So I'll just buy everything. So if you, from what I can tell, as long as you're on point, making sure that you do everything that you can, then you should be fine. As far as, let me find a fountain. Maybe I should have gone back to that fountain there. Just in case there's a combat sequence, you never know. I don't want to be surprised by a combat sequence and be low on health. Nice, okay. Alright. Let's complete this quest, and I think I'll call it a stream there. Talk to Blob here. Got your candy, Blob. Thanks, humans. Are you forgetting something? Probably. Blob has the memory of goldfish. You said you'd tell us how to get into the dental compound. I did? Oh, I must have forgotten how to do that, too. Blob. Blob is sorry, but Blob does remember one secret. If you can get further in the sewers, there's a speakeasy for the rich guys. Password is sweet wet wheat. Another speakeasy? This one is close to Dr. White's compound, though. I'm sure someone there will know. Alright, so yeah, another area. Interesting to see that we've been going through a number of slightly smaller areas that have been, you know, in sequence, and also that the hide and seek kids have been spread out throughout these areas, and they're not just like in one or two areas. They're over the course of several areas. That's a very, very sprawling game of hide and seek, I had to say, especially since it's only with 6 kids total. That's fine. Just makes it a little bit more interesting. So do I want to go this way and find a save point over there, or do I just want to save here? I think I'll just save here. And then call it a stream. I think we made a lot of progress. Worked out very well. Saw a lot of interesting things. Made some learned some new things about the game. Definitely still interested in Costume Quest 2 here. I think by this time in Costume Quest 1, I was kind of feeling a little bit of the drag, of the grind, the combat, particularly, and playing mainly just for the story and the dialogue. Here, I'm still actively interested in the combat, just because I'm still, like, there's still something to master. I'm still trying to master the amazing timing. I can't get that quite consistent. Also, just working on combat, the counters in the combat, rather, the countering system that was just introduced. So, there's always something new to do. Seems like very good idea to stagger those combat abilities, allow you to not only master them as you go along, you know, adding bit by bit, so they don't overwhelm you with complexity and a lot of different abilities right up front. It gives you time to master them, but also keeps you interested in the combat by making it by giving you something new to do at intervals throughout the game. Really good idea. Solution to the original game's problem least the problem that I had with it. So yeah, definitely enjoying the game so far. I think I will call it a stream right here. Thank you all very much for watching, tuned in on either Twitch or YouTube. And if you wanna check out, catch up on the archives, catch up with the stream by watching the archives rather, go over to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/YamsterSam. You can also follow me on Twitter @YamsterSam. And of course, if you happen to be on YouTube right now and you want to go over to my Twitch to watch me live, you can go to twitch.tv/YamsterSam. You can watch me live. Alright, with that, I think call it, and I will see you next time. Later.